Live. Very good. We're at a restaurant today. Mushroom and I are having lunch, but it's actually breakfast. Because we're eating breakfast food. But it's lunchtime. It's 1 o'clock. We're gonna eat omelets. My name is Luke, by the way, if you don't know. Welcome to Cloud English. This is a Q&A, live Q&A. We do this every week. Hello, Diana. And basically, what we do is, you guys, English learners, ask questions about words, phrases, the differences between words, phrases, culture, whatever you want to ask. Things you're working on or struggling with in regards to your English, whatever. And ask, and I will do my best to answer. Okay, so we'll wait a few minutes for people to come in, and in the meantime, I am going to choose my breakfast. I think I'm going to have one of these omelets. We're at a small diner. I think I'm going to get a 3-egg omelet. I might get, let me see. I think I'm going to have tough choice. I think I might just get the garden omelet. I feel like I usually get the garden omelet. Yeah, I'm gonna get the garden omelet. That one. $8.95. And then I think I'll have some grits on the side. And then maybe, gotta have coffee. Gotta have coffee. Hello, King Krishna. Hello, Luciano. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Hope you guys are doing good, doing well. Mushroom, what are you going to get?
I'm going to get a Spanish mushroom omelet.
Spinach mushroom? Good choice. Maybe I should get that one. Maybe I should change mushroom.
Okay, you chose
No. I want to get the garden. It's okay. You gonna get a coffee? Okay. When you order something.
I'm going to get a home fries. Fries? You want a home fries?
What is it?
Well, let's just share one.
Well, I think it comes with home fries, mushroom.
Oh, really?
I think so.
All right. I want to order a pancake as well.
Okay, you can order pancakes.
What kind of pancake do you want?
I don't want pancakes. I'm good.
Hey.
Because I had the banana and the chocolate. It's very sweet. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Very sweet. I don't need a pancake. I don't want to eat too much sweet food. It's not balanced.
Ready?
Yes, I think we're ready.
Yeah.
Could I get the garden omelet, please?
Home fries?
What are the options?
Huh?
Instead,
Home fries, grits, French fries.
I'll have grits. And then does that come with toast?
Yes.
Can I get an English muffin? Or English muffins instead with jam? Jam on the
Butter?
side. Sure, butter is okay.
Okay.
I'm going to get a spinach mushroom omelet and home fries.
Home fries, what kind of toast?
Kind of semi.
English muffin, yeah. You like English
Butter,
muffin?
right?
And we'll have 2 coffees.
Okay, regular milk?
No milk, no sugar. Black. And some water, please. Thank you. So when we order, we say, I'd like blah, blah, blah. Could I have blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go with blah, blah, blah. Or I'll have. Could I go with, could I have, I'd like. Don't say I want. That's not good.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you don't want to say that. It sounds rude, right? I want eggs. I want that. Doesn't sound very nice. Not good.
Not good.
So guys, this is a Q&A basically. I'm here to answer English questions for you learning English. So, or culture. maybe American culture questions. Whatever questions you may have, basically, I will answer them. I'll do my best to answer them. But if you don't have any questions, it would be the first time. Usually there are many questions, too many, more than I can answer. But we started a little late today. Oh, it let me continue. Cool. YouTube crashed and then it let me resume. That's amazing. Very good. I hope I didn't miss any questions, guys. It's so cool. Most other live streaming services, you can't do that. You have to start a new one and then it's interrupted. Thank you very much. Wait, so what was I saying? Before YouTube crashed, I was saying, yeah, usually we start at 12:30. Today we started at 1. I got a little delayed, but one thing I want to mention before we do answer some questions, which hopefully you guys have, is if you like the channel, you like some of my videos, make sure you subscribe. That really helps me out a lot. So click the subscribe button, and also if you are watching a video, leave a comment and say what you think about the video. Very, very helpful as well. I really like comments, and feedback is okay too. Let me know what kind of videos you like and what kind of videos you don't like in the comments of my videos. If you like it, also give it a thumbs up. Why not? I also have some courses that you might find useful. If you look in the link or in the description of every video, you'll see a link to my courses. You can check those out. If you're a serious English learner, you probably enjoy those. They're not very expensive, maybe only $13 for each one, and each one is 3 hours, so it's a pretty good deal. This coffee is so good. This coffee, black coffee, my favorite, black coffee. This is kind of a classic diner. A lot of American places call it a diner. Thank you, King Krishna. Diner. We're in New York, New York City. But this is Queens, New York. A study carried out by anthropologist. Oh, thank you, King Krishna. A study carried out by anthropologist Priscilla George reveals that Mohammed Samet, the first patient to fatally contract the dreaded Nipah virus in Kerala, had indeed consumed a fruit bitten by virus-carrying fruit bats. The above is really confused sentence. In the above sentence, to fatally used. I just want to know, why did use to before fatally? In what occasion do you use to? It's me, Rahul. Oh God, I had a feeling. I thought, oh, another Rahul is here. And then I realized it is Rahul himself. Not only that, he now has his PhD in English because he's an English doctor. Okay, let's see here. To, what is the meaning of to? Let me I have to read it again so that I can answer your question. This water is so good.
So good, just so good.
Okay. Okay. A study carried out by anthropologist Priscilla George reveals that Mohammed Samet, the first patient to fatally contract. Okay. All right. So let me think about how to clearly answer that. Here's a good way. Here's a good way to simplify grammar so that you can understand it. The first patient to fatally contract, blah, blah, blah. Contract here means to get an illness, right? You can contract the flu or whatever. Contract that, okay? Well, what if I just take out the word contract and I just say get, okay? Let's just take out the word contract and use the word get, okay? The first patient to get sick. Now that grammar you can understand. He was the first patient to get sick. He was the first patient to get sick. That's pretty easy, I think, right? So the grammar is the same. And we can add words to it or change words to make it more complicated, but basically it's that. That's it. So he was the first patient to contract. We just take the word get and we replace it with the word contract. Now we still have to, right? But we need that because that's the basic structure of the sentence. Now, what happens when we add words, like fatally? Well, first we need to know what fatally means. Fatally means that it killed them, right? To do something that is fatal, fatal is an adjective, to do something that is fatal means to do something that ends in your death. It was ultimately fatal. It was ultimately fatal. That means it killed him or her. If we fatally get an illness or fatally contract something, it means that the thing that we get, the thing that we contract, causes us to die. Okay? So here, to and fatally are not linked. To has nothing to do with fatally. To is linked to contract, just like we said to get, to contract, to get, to do, to want, to say, right? Fatally is just added in there, connected to contract to tell us what kind of contract it is. It's the kind of contract that results in death. So it's sort of stuck in there, but don't connect it to, connect it to contract. So that hopefully was what you wanted to know. Is that clear? Whenever you want to understand hard, difficult grammar, just break it down. Simplify it. Simplify it. By the way, I don't know if you guys have seen my latest video. I posted a video yesterday where I was kind of a cartoon guy. I would really love to know if you guys like that style of video. I kind of enjoy doing that kind of video. So if you guys like that style, I will do more of those. If not, then not. But I want to use those to teach more things like words, phrases, grammar, because I think it's kind of funny. So I would like your opinions about that style of videos. Hey Luke, could you explain what's the difference between goodbye and farewell? Sure. Yeah, there are actually lots of ways to say goodbye. We can talk about some of the different ways. So farewell is a very formal way of saying goodbye. We don't really focus on the meaning of these two phrases, but actually goodbye comes from an older English phrase, which was God be with you. God be with you. People don't know that when they say goodbye or bye, what they're really saying is God be with you. And that makes sense, right? If you're leaving somebody and they're leaving you and you want them to be well, right? So you say God be with you means I hope that nothing bad happens to you. Farewell is kind of the same idea. Fare is how you do. I didn't fare very well. I didn't fare very well. So that means that you didn't do whatever you did successfully. Failure, right? It didn't go well. How did you fare? Not very well. Sorry to hear that. So that's the breakdown of the meaning. So when we say goodbye, farewell, basically we're kind of communicating the same idea. But I would say the difference is really how they're used. Farewell is not said by people to each other. Nobody will say farewell, farewell. Nobody says that. Maybe they used to, but they don't anymore. Sometimes people will do it in a letter, for example, but it would be very formal. I bid you all a fond farewell. Very formal, sort of serious occasion. Rarely, I bid you all a very warm farewell. Okay. Whereas if we say goodbye, we can say it any time. Bye, goodbye, goodbye, like that. So really, that's the one we speak, and we don't actually say farewell to other people, usually. We use farewell as a noun. We say farewell as a thing that we do. After their farewell, Steve got on the boat, right? After a very long farewell, full of tears. Oh, Steve. Steve got on the boat. So that is a noun, farewell, the event of saying goodbye, the occasion of saying goodbye. And if somebody ever turns to you and says, farewell, it's just a little weird. You will see it sometimes, but goodbye is so much more common. Well, what do we say to friends then when we want to say goodbye? We might say, see ya, see ya, see ya, see ya, short for see you, which is just like saying goodbye later. I will see you another time in the future. We could say later. Sometimes people say later to their friends. We can say see ya, say later. Sometimes people will say, all right, take care. All right, take care. Okay, take care. Take care. Be safe. Be safe. Right? And many languages have the same kind of thing. When people say goodbye in Chinese, they say menzo, right? Menzo. It means like be careful when you go, right? Go carefully, right? Go carefully. Don't hurt yourself. Don't fall down on the ground and hit your head on a banana peel. So goodbye has this sort of feeling of be safe. Those are the common ways to say goodbye in America, in American English. See ya and later are very casual, things you say with friends. Okay, I missed some comments here. What is breakfast in England? When will you come to Dubai? I don't have any plans to come to Dubai. I've been to the Dubai airport, but only for a couple hours. But what did we eat in Dubai? What did we eat in the airport in Dubai?
I don't remember. That was.
We had a meal.
That's not Dubai.
We did. We stopped in Dubai on the way to South Africa.
Oh really? I don't remember.
We were there. It was like 3 a.m. It was in the middle of the night.
I was laying down on the chair and then sleeping.
No, that wasn't Dubai. That wasn't. We stopped in.
That was
We remember we had the long layover that was like 18 hours.
That was so roughly hours.
Wasn't as bad as the Hong Kong one for me. Remember the Hong Kong one? On the way back from our first trip to Thailand? We went into Hong Kong, the city.
Oh yeah. I remember that. That's a very good experience.
Good for you. We ate, we had a nice meal, but then I got really sleepy and I had to take a nap on you.
On that bag.
Well, we had some, but we did have some very good Hong Kong food.
Hong Kong, we drink.
We did. We had a drink. Yeah. Okay. Did I explain your question, Michael? Does that answer your question? Are you satisfied with my answer? Shawarma. No, it wasn't shawarma. I don't eat shawarma very often. Not very often. Not very often. Hello. What do you have to eat? We are having today breakfast. So it's lunchtime. It's 1 p.m. But we're going to have breakfast food. So breakfast food in America would be like potatoes, eggs. Hello, Andy Lee. Potatoes, eggs, omelets, coffee, maybe toast. That sort of thing is what people have for breakfast. I've got coffee here. Yeah, this is a late breakfast. It's That's what it is. But there are a lot of places like this, little diners where you can get all-day breakfast because people like it. People like it. I like it. I guess you could call it a brunch. Why not?
How much ready?
No problem. Andy's here. Shahrukh. Hi, Luke. I'm confused why pronunciation of San Jose is San Jose. Are there any words pronunciation like it? Yes, there are. And here's the reason. Because it's not English. There are a lot of names used, especially around the West Coast or the Southwest of the United States, which have a J in them, and the J makes an H sound. Because in Spanish, the J makes an H sound. When English speakers write ha ha ha, they write H-A, H-A, H-A. When
No, they read J-A.
I said English speakers.
They read J-A, ja, 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 ja.
English speakers don't write ja ja ja. Spanish speakers. Spanish speakers write J-A, J-A, J-A. But they don't say it ja 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 because the J is pronounced as ja 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 ja. But the J is pronounced as ha in Spanish. So ha ha ha, said the same, but written differently. So if you see San Jose, well, you know if it's Jose, then it's pronounced with an H. And I hope if you're a Spanish speaker and I'm wrong about anything, correct me, because I'm not a great Spanish speaker. I studied it for 2 years in high school, so that's it. And so you'll see lots of words in English that have the same sound as jalapeno is a kind of delicious pepper. It's not pronounced jalapeno, it's pronounced jalapeno, right? Jalapeno. Lots of names in California, and maybe in Texas, they have these Spanish names. And you have to know a little bit about Spanish pronunciation to say them correctly. And it's very common. It's not a weird thing to see. Lots and lots of city names, different things have Spanish names, and many things have French names. Andy Lee says, hello, Mushroom.
Hey.
Mushroom says, hey. French names, for example, there are a lot of English words that come from French. So the words like ballet, B-A-L-L-E-T. Another rule is usually if there's a consonant at the end of the word, like T or S, if it's a French word, it will be silent. So ballet instead of ballet, right? Buffet instead of buffet, because it comes from French. It's the rules of French pronunciation. If there's an E then after a consonant, then you might say it like Riviere, Riviere, Riviere. So there's a city in America called Des Moines, but it's spelled D-E-S-M-O-I-N-E-S, which looks like Des Moines, but it's not said that way. It's a French word. We say it as Des Moines, Des Moines, Des Moines. So English is full of words from other languages, especially Spanish and French and German. Actually, it's a Germanic language, but we can't say, oh, that word is German, that word is German. Kindergarten is German.
Bob, I hope you like it.
That's the only one I know of.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
It's a rolled... Well, no, as brunch, right? I come from Croatia. Here we have eggs every morning. Yeah, I feel that eggs are a breakfast food. Eggs are for breakfast. Right, Mushroom?
No, it depends.
No.
No, many people, if you only eat eggs, like over easy eggs, that's only for breakfast.
Yeah, that's breakfast.
But
Totally.
if you scramble egg and then mix with the vegetables for Chinese dishes,
Chinese people will eat 西红柿鸡蛋 anytime. Right.
so that's why you
Tomato
can
and
say egg
eggs.
is only for breakfast.
In China, eggs are not, but usually eggs are for breakfast in America and Croatia.
China too. Boiled
I'm interested in learning about the food from other places. Is the Croatian breakfast the same style as we might have here? I think our food is really slow today, Mushroom. We've been waiting for our food for, I actually have a timer, for over 25 minutes. If you begin to have difficulty breathing, chest pain, what is the meaning to have here? If you begin to have, I don't know. I don't know, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Joshua is pronounced Hoshua. No, I don't think so. Because Joshua doesn't have to be a Spanish name, so it's pronounced Joshua. But someone named maybe Jesus in, for example, Mexico will be pronounced Jesus instead of Jesus. They'll be pronounced Jesus. Jesus. Actually a common name in Mexico, but not a common name in America. Can you do a Texas accent? Well, my Texas accent is not perfect, but if I try, if I slow my voice way down and I think happy thoughts, then it's not as hard as it may seem. All I know for sure is this breakfast is taking forever. Thank you very much.
And I bring you English. You want more coffee?
Yes, please.
I'll put your spoon in this one. I know it's yours.
All right. Mushroom, these are grits. These grits.
Where is my muffin?
She hasn't brought the muffin yet. Sometimes I get confused between the Texas accent and the just kind of redneck Ohio accent. Actually, the Texas accent is slower, more gentle, I think, and it's a little bit different. Oh, I talked to the waiter in the Texas accent. I didn't know. I didn't even notice. All right, I'll show you my food. Food. These are called grits. These grits, these are classic food here in the South. A lot of people like grits, especially if they got a little bit of cheese, a little butter. And then here's my omelet. Got some spinach, some tomato there. And looks like I got some onion there, some green peppers. Ah! Oh my God, what happened? Sorry guys, hold on a second. All right, I missed some comments. I'm studying English at my university. What's your advice? What is my advice? Is it all dairy and eggs? No. Grits is not dairy. No dairy in grits. Well, that's a pretty big question. Can you ask a more specific question, Sharuk? What is my advice? Get enough sleep. Don't drink coffee too late at night. Exercise 3 times a week. Have some friends. Learn to cook Thai food. That's about all you need.
No, I think the question is about how to learn it.
But you gotta ask a little bit more specifically, because I don't know if you're talking about you're having trouble understanding things, or you want to just be better than your classmates. I can give you very general advice, but it's hard to be specific. Yeah, what's your advice, Mushroom? Don't smoke too much weed. Well, I don't know. I think college is the perfect time to smoke a lot of weed. No, smoke weed. Smoke too much weed. As long as you still do your homework and stuff, you should smoke weed.
I thought people asked you about the advice. We started talking about something else.
What's your advice?
What's my Udemy question? And I searched Luke reading.
Oh, yeah.
some of the ports.
My God, Mushroom. She's so right. She's so right. Good advice from this lady. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bob, everything okay?
Super duper.
This is Mushroom. She's my wife. She's my wife. She's from, yep, you're on camera. She's from China. Her first language is not English. So she might have some good advice for learning English. She learned a lot of English after she came to America. I would say that Mushroom would probably say having a difficult environment where you have to speak English and there's no other option is probably a very good thing for your English. Because if you can't communicate, you can't do anything. You're good luck.
My advice is some people will learn English, they will write down on a notebook. And then when some people say something you don't understand, and you usually write down the notebook, and then we just try, oh, okay, I'm going to pick up one time and then study,
Study later.
Study later. That's a really, really bad habit. I used to do that a lot. But recently I started to, just remember it right away. Just remember it. Just try to remember
Keep it in your mind. Don't only study it.
and then try to use that and repeat again and
Yeah.
again.
Okay, so that's a good point.
Instant translation or instant understanding like other apps.
Don't focus on learning English from a textbook. How to learn English, ABC, right? That's not how you learn to speak English. If you want to be a good English speaker, actually want to speak English well, you have to communicate. When you're communicating, you're going to hear new words. When you hear them, make sure to pay very careful attention to the situation they're used in. How do people use it? One part of learning a new word is learning the word. The other part of learning the word is learning how it's used. And that may even be more important because sometimes you look a word up in the dictionary and you say, oh, I know what that means. Okay, great, but nobody uses that word. Nobody uses it. So you need to know how real native English speakers actually speak.
Why don't you give people some interaction with you? Like every week, people continuing your live stream, they can write down 5 words and ask you, are those in common to you?
That's what you guys should do. If I were you, I would write down, as I'm working on things, I would write down notes and questions throughout the week, like words that you're struggling with, and then ask them every Saturday in the live stream. Like write down 5 things. Perfect. I think Rahul does.
That's nice.
I think that's what Rahul does. Rahul's questions are, what does have mean in this sentence? What does have mean in this sentence? What does have mean in this sentence? What does have mean in this sentence?
Very serious learner.
So context is very important. Understanding the situation is very, very important. But also, so I would recommend, if Shirok, if you really want to know the language, make sure you make friends, have discussion groups, get together, chat with them, and so you can really get the feeling. But also read, and read for fun. In other words, find a book that you like in English and read it. Something you like, so that you can get a deeper feeling for the language. That's important too. Every native English speaker has read many books. And it's a part of understanding the structure of the language. And if you do it in school, but you hate it, you're not going to get a deep feeling for it. But if you like it, you love it, then you will. And you're gonna enjoy learning English. It's just part of your life then. And then you'll be more natural than all of the other students learning. So that's very important. Her real name is Mushroom. She must be like Mao Yanxi. You know who that is?
Huh?
Mao Yanxi.
What's that?
I don't know. Do you guys sometimes communicate in Chinese? Yeah, sometimes. Simple Chinese, sure. why Chinese used to kill dogs and eat them?
Oh.
Do they have humanity? Well, it's important to understand that the people who are eating dogs in China, it's not all Chinese people. Most Chinese people don't like that people eat dogs, and they also think it's disgusting. So don't think like, oh, Chinese people like eating dogs. No, that's not right.
I've never had this
A
experience.
small group of people from the south of China eat dogs and have a dog festival. Most Chinese people will say, oh my God, it's terrible. What's wrong with those people? That's why they're stopping the festival.
Not
Just
all
because
Chinese people.
some people in a country do something doesn't mean that lots of people do it. The stuff that you hear on the news, like, oh, America must be dangerous because people have guns. Well, you know what? Actually, it's not. And only 30% of people even own a gun. 70% of people have never even touched a gun in their entire lives. So sometimes the impression you have about a country or a people from a country is like this because of movies, because of the news. Oh, I heard about they eat dogs, huh? All Chinese people? No. You have 1.3 billion people in China. Probably 0.0001% of those people are interested in eating dogs.
Usually old generation.
I think that's important to consider to avoid judging a whole group based on a small action. You live in India. I speak English with almost native level fluency. That's what Rahul says. Well, very good so far. I have to just trust what you say, Rahul. So your live stream time is fixed. Yeah, Andy. Saturday. Usually sometime between 12:30 and 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. Sharuk, you feel hungry because we're talking about dogs? Can someone buy a gun in the US, or do they need a license to possess it? You need to have a license. You need to have a license, just like getting a driver's license. It's not hard to get a license though, it's easy. I could probably get one today, in one day. Andy, why do you spell my name like that? Can anyone be... What about confidence? Okay, that's a good question. What about confidence?
Don't feel afraid to speak incorrectly.
How can you not be afraid though? How can you stop being afraid? Some people are afraid to make mistakes.
You have to change how you think about mistakes. How do you think about making mistakes?
This is what I think. I think people think that other people care more than they actually do. People think, oh, if I say this, I make a mistake, other people will think I'm stupid. They will think I'm dumb. Most other people don't care. They don't care. People care if you make mistakes. People are probably barely even paying attention to you. And they definitely don't have the energy to care if you make mistakes. Nobody expects if
My colleagues never laugh at me if I speak something wrong. They will just laugh because I'm so.
Right, you're very cute. So, that's the first thing. If you care too much about making mistakes, you should try to reduce mistakes, of course. But if you care too much about it, you won't be able to become confident. This is called an English muffin with grape jam. And that will cause you to worry and you won't say something. But if you just realize, nobody cares, then you relax and just try your best. And if you try your best, you will get better and better naturally because you will gain confidence. But if you're afraid to try, you'll never become more confident. Confidence doesn't come just by suddenly changing. Confidence comes by... Don't worry, Andy, I don't mind. Confidence comes by doing something enough times so that it becomes a habit. I always use the example of a diver. Oh no. I think if you wipe it off, it'll be fine. Later. So, at the Olympics, you see a diver. They jump and then they and land, right?
Oh, I thought you were going to mention no time.
They have so much confidence, right?
Good.
Jump and flip, flip, flip. But why do they have so much confidence?
When I do handstand, if I feel confident, I was successfully done. Otherwise, I would just fall.
Right, but you can't just suddenly be confident.
I can. But actually, that's about the confidence. When I
But
practice yoga,
confidence sometimes happens with practice. Think about that Olympic diver. The first time they ever jumped into the swimming pool from that high, they were probably like, oh my God, you know? But then they jumped in. But then after they did it 10,000 times, it's like, yeah, no problem. And then they can relax and do well. So you got to do something many times until it becomes so comfortable that you don't think about it. And that's how you gain confidence. And you don't care too much about other people's opinions. Just do it.
can you help me ask some questions to Indian people who live in India?
What's your question?
Question is, are there any place for me for people to go for learning yoga and meditation? Because
All right, viewers from India. Mushroom is very interested in yoga. She practices yoga all the time. Mushroom is this lady here. This human right here. And she loves yoga a lot. Recently she's been practicing it. So where should she go to study yoga in India? I studied yoga before in Rishikesh, which I think is a good place.
Rishikesh,
Rishikesh.
any better place or any other option? Is that optional?
Are you eating a bagel? No, we're not eating a bagel. So Americans can just walk into Walmart and buy a gun from there. They need to show a license.
Next no coffee?
I'm good actually.
I'm okay for now.
Have the sugar, please.
Yes, sure. You're welcome. You can, if you have a gun license and you just walk into Walmart and say, I would like that gun, please. Yeah, no problem.
The water gun? Water gun?
No, a gun. If you have a license, you have your license. You can go into Walmart and say, how much is that one? This is 29. How much is that one? 30. I'll have both.
I want to have a gun license.
Do you take do you take cards? Sorry, cash only. For guns? Yeah.
How much for the gun? If you buy a normal one, how much is it?
So many different prices.
You accept the return policy? Can I return it?
Can I return this after I use it?
Do you have a 1 year warranty?
Let's see. Would watching TV series with just English subtitles help with one's English? Michael says, yes, that's right. It can. Actually, it's better. I could say much better than watching with your own subtitles, because if you're only looking at, for example, Chinese subtitles, right? Chinese subtitles. You're going to be reading that and you won't have your ears open. Yeah. And if your ears aren't open, then you won't understand what's being said. So you gotta, use English subtitles or no subtitles.
You want my whole fries? Chicken tikka masala.
Rahul says there are a lot of nice yoga classes in New York.
Yeah.
He's from India though. He should say in the Indian place.
Chicken tikka masala, chicken tikka masala.
Rahul says, Michael Tam, yes, but avoid using subtitles. Avoid using subtitles. You get dependent on them. Just listen in your own natural way. Well, I would say subtitles, though, really can be useful. Maybe watch a movie once with subtitles, then watch it again without. That would be a good mix of the two. The second one will then help with your listening. Thank you very much. I'm still finishing. Thank you. When I have a presentation, I take off my glasses so I cannot see anyone looking at me. That's a good idea. Sharuk, when she's doing a presentation in English in front of people, she takes off her glasses. Actually, I don't know if Sharuk is a girl's name or a boy's name. It's a good strategy. Genius. Come to India again. We will. I really want to. I love India.
I love India too.
In India, getting a gun is very complicated, difficult, expensive regulatory process. Yeah. Sometimes you are being helped by a rude employee. How can I say something to him or her? Yeah. That's a good question. I don't know why I felt Sharuk is a girl's name. I was right. Just a guess. Do you like masala chips? Yes, I do. Yes. Thank you. Oh, it's okay. I'm okay. Thank you. So, the question is, sometimes you're being helped by a rude employee. How can I politely say something to him or her? A rude employee. Well, if they say something rude to you, then you can say, oh, I'm sorry, I hope I didn't say the wrong thing. I hope I didn't say the wrong thing. Or I hope I didn't say something wrong. What that tells them is you reacted in a way that someone would react to a rude person. I know that I didn't say anything rude, so I'm telling you that you're being rude. But I'm doing it in a way which gives you the benefit of the doubt, which means you must be reacting to something bad I did. At least it tells them that they're being rude, but it's very indirect. So we can say that. Oh, I hope I didn't say anything to upset you. I hope I didn't say anything to upset you. Then they might realize, oh, am I being rude? I'll finish my coffee. Other than that, oh, this is one I've said before actually. There was a woman in the post office who was very rude. And I said, is everything okay today? It tells her that it looks like she's having a bad day because she's being very rude. Is everything okay today? That means with you personally. That's what it tells her. So that's basically a way of saying, I see that you're not being a normal person today. You're being rude. But I'm not saying that you're at fault. I'm not saying you're a bad person. Right? What I'm saying is, I would like to know if there's a reason you're being very rude. Maybe you can tell me and I can understand you, or maybe your dog died or something like that. That's why you're being rude. This is also a way to give someone the benefit of the doubt. Is everything okay today? Now, if that person is having a bad day and they say, oh, my dog died this morning, okay, then that's very reasonable. They're having trouble holding their emotions today. But if nothing bad happened and they're just being rude, and you say, is everything okay today? you look like a wonderful person because you're saying, I'm not telling you you're rude. I'm just saying, I hope I can help you. I hope I can understand you better. If you want to talk about your problems, let me know. But you are being a rude person. Basically, that's what that says. Thank you, Mushroom. Yeah, my name means sunrise. Oh, that's a good name. Sharuk is a cool name. I like that. Luke, which of the following sentences is more formal? You are a good, handsome, and interesting guy. You are a good, handsome, and interesting guy. You are a good, handsome, and interesting guy. You're a good, handsome, and interesting guy. Oh, the question is about the comma, right? The Oxford comma. I usually use the comma. It is a little more formal. It's called the Oxford comma. I typically use it. If there's a comma before and, some people will use that. 1, 2, comma, and 3. It's called the Oxford comma. I prefer it when I'm writing. Other people will just leave it out, and you can. 1, 2, and 3. No comma after the second one. Why did I accept this? I don't want this. It's going to make my hands oily.
Never miss a day. Always here.
I don't need moist hands. My hands are always very, very moist and soft. Mushroom. This stuff smells weird. What is that terrible smell? Ugh. Stinks. Rich balm to soothe and treat hands, enhanced with skin softening potassium, lactate, and lactic acid for sustained hydration. With a superior, non-greasy afterfeel. See, I disagree. My hands feel a little greasy. This balm, characterized by its complex woody aroma, woody, offers superb hydration for the hands and is suitable for every skin type. What if you have no skin? Labor-wearied hands will appreciate the exceptional moisturization offered by 7 carefully selected emollient ingredients. Apply generously as often as desired or by dry, stressed hands. So that's good stuff. Smells weird though. I'm almost finished. One more sip. See if I missed any questions. What is Kappa? Ask your wife. She knows. It was a nightmare. What is Kappa?
Huh?
Kappa. She doesn't know. Andy loves the background music. Tomorrow is my interview at Microsoft as customer service by telephone. Give me tips. Be honest. Have some stories prepared for when they ask about your experience. Have some specific examples ready. If they ask you the question, tell us about something you could improve about yourself or what are your weaknesses. Talk about something that you aren't great at and then explain what you can do to improve it. Have a clear idea about what you can do to make it better. I'm actually going to be putting out a course on English job interview questions next month. It'll be 18 lessons about an English job interview. And I'm also putting out a course on customer service English. Customer service English course is filmed. It's finished being filmed. I just need to edit it. It's all done. And that should be out also next month, I hope. So look forward to that. I think the customer service English course will be good. If you guys are interested in my other courses though, make sure to check out the link in the description. Once you buy one, you own it forever, and they're not very expensive. And it's really a good way to improve your spoken English. I have one about, it's called Building Your English Brain. It's about how to think in English, which is very important. Exercises, many exercises you can use to learn to think in English. A lot of people like that one. Also, there's a pronunciation course, and that one is about how to say specific American English sounds. So, for example, when it comes to accents, like, for example, a lot of my Indian friends are very fluent in English, but they have a strong accent. That's kind of the classic Indian problem with English, like great English, almost perfect grammar, but a very strong, distinctive accent that marks it. So that course can be really valuable there. And then the fluency one is about how to put words together in sentences with the right stress and the right tone so that you sound very natural. So that one I think is useful as well. So check those out in the description. Good luck on your Microsoft customer service interview. I hope it goes well. Be confident, just relax. You know, have your examples ready, and I hope you do well. Good luck. Credits goes to Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran. What? What?
I already paid. Let's go.
All right, I'm ready. I think I need more coffee later.
Yeah, let's go and get your coffee.
Are we going to? Where are we going? Queen Center?
Pink Forest.
You want to go to Pink Forest?
Why would you go to the
I
center?
thought you said you wanted to
With my
look at your new iPhone.
I want my iPhone.
Mushroom needs a new phone. I don't know if they'll be available. Do you want me to check? Give me your phone.
If it's okay, let's get a phone.
Yeah. I need to upgrade my phone as well. Let's see. iPhone 10s store availability. Let's see here. Mushroom needs a new phone. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Is there any difference between wash off and wipe off? Yeah, wash off is more deeply, seriously, wash something with soap and water. Wipe off, maybe just with your hand like that. Done. I wiped it off my face. Wash would be more serious. That's it. That's the difference. Pretty simple.
What are you doing?
I'm calling them.
Queen Center?
Yeah. This automated. I want to check iPhone availability. Home. It's a robot. Thank you very much, Mr. Robot. Luke, listen, there is an app named Wakey. What? Wakey. I'm just calling because I want to know if you have the iPhone XS available for the second size model, the 128 or 256. Black, yes. Oh yeah, that's them. My name is Luke. Yeah, no problem, Dana. Financing. Through Apple.
That's my plan.
So we're looking at getting two phones. One would be through the Apple upgrade program, and one would be through just the installment plan. And we actually want to go into a store and buy it, so we want to check on the availability in store. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. T-Mobile. What color are you planning to get? Same, both space gray. Yeah. Oh, that's great. All right, cool. Thank you so much. All right, have a good one. Appreciate it. That was a good customer service lady. I want to just ask you a couple questions before we get started. Is it okay if I ask a few questions? Thank you so much for calling Apple. I was happy to help. That sort of thing. Very good customer service. So here's the situation. Mushroom. They've got the 256 gigabyte models in space gray for the iPhone XS. And yeah, so we can go. You want to go get yours? I might wait to get mine.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so I guess Mushroom's going to get a new phone today, hopefully. Go for XS Max. No, the XS Max is so big, it's too big. Too big. Look, there is an app called Wakey. Are you sure it's called Wakey or Walkie? You can talk to strangers in groups all over the world. Wakey. I'll check it out. W-A-K-I-E. All right, I'll check it out. There's also a cool app called Hello Talk. Hello Talk is an app for language learners to have a language partner. And I do a group class every week on Hello Talk. And so if you want to check out my weekly group class, go to Hello Talk and add me on Hello Talk. My Hello Talk username is altoray. Do I speak faster when I talk to native speakers? I don't think so. Maybe a little bit. Hey, Harper's here. Haven't seen Harper in a while. Harper is here. Yeah, so if Hello Talk is actually a pretty cool app. My company, Yoli, provides classes, teachers, and lessons to Hello Talk, but they're a very good language learning, language sharing app. So check that out. Add me if you want. My username is the same as my WeChat username at the end of my videos, altoray. I'm not so active in conversations on Hello Talk. There are about 70 people who have sent me messages and I haven't responded. But I do a group class there. It's pretty cool, and you guys might enjoy that. It's not free though. Not free at all. By the way, I want to mention something. I'm planning on building out my Patreon page, so I'd like to know if what kind of content you'd like to see that would be worth like $1 or $2 every month. If you guys are interested, I would want to give you guys some stuff that's not free, and then, but would be very cheap. Maybe like $1 or $2 a month. What kind of stuff would be worth it for you? Because I really want to sort of build out my Patreon, like PDFs or videos, courses. I would really appreciate your feedback on that. All right, guys. Harper, you've come kind of at the end of our lesson, the end of our live class. Make sure you guys come back next week, next Saturday.
What time?
I try to start at 12:30, but sometimes I'm 30 minutes late, sometimes even more. But my suggestion is, as you're studying, write down questions. Write down questions on a piece of paper and ask them in class. Ask them in the Q&A and get your questions answered. And then that'll be a good way for everybody to learn together. We're going to the subway now. Thanks, King Krishna. If I say we have been work at a slack pace, is that okay? A slack pace? Yeah, sometimes people will say we've been working at a kind of slack pace. I guess that's okay. Yeah. We've been working. Usually we say, though, you're slacking. We usually just say that. We've been slacking. We've been slacking means we've been working at a slower pace. Okay. Okay, Mushroom, okay.
Huh?
Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to check out my other videos. I posted, I think, a good one yesterday. Check out my courses in the description. I think you'll like those. Look at this garbage truck. Smell it. Ah, nice, fresh. All right, guys. See you next. See you next week.